In this video, I will be showing you how to finish the rear half of the lower receiver for the MBAR. The first thing we're going to want to do is take these 3 screws, put them into these 3 holes, and then screw them in to connect the front of the lower receiver to the back. The next step is to attach the sling mount. These 2 cutouts here on either side are for the sling mounts. Any M-lock footprint sling mount is going to fit inside here. For example, I have 2 Arasaka QD mounts that I will be attaching. Alright, now that we've finished those 2 operations, it's time to take a look at the ejection port accessory interface. As stated in the name of this rifle, this design is meant to be as modular as possible. So the ejection port is one component that is designed to be modular. You don't have to attach any accessory to the ejection port in order to operate the rifle. I suspect in a budget version of this rifle, none will be included to cut down on costs. However, I have designed 2 ejection ports accessories. One is the dust cover, as previously shown, and the other is a brass catcher. The goal of making this modular is to ensure that the aftermarket has the ability to design better versions of either these 2 accessories or any other accessory that I could not think of. To attach each accessory, you just need to push it in and then slap it in like it's a magazine. For example, I have attached the dust cover now, and it will automatically open up when you cycle the weapon. The second modular component within the lower receiver is the Magwell interface, seen here. Because this rifle is designed to be multi-caliber, it needs to accept a wide variety of magazines. In theory, as long as each Magwell conforms to the same specification, the magazine that you choose to use will have a fully functional bolt catch and magazine release that interfaces nicely with the forward controls of this design. These hooks, seen here, connect to these 2 hooks in the front of each Magwell to allow them to be controlled from the front. Here I have an AR-15 pattern Magwell that should take Stanag mags. As you can see, the hook on the right-hand side is meant for the bolt catch. Here in the neutral position, the bolt catch can move up and down freely. There is a rear bolt catch button meant for emergencies in case this linkage malfunctions. When the linkage is pushed back, it forces the bolt catch to go up. And when it's pulled forward, it pulls it down. On the left side, we have the linkage and hook for the magazine release. The magazine, when you push it backwards, it forces the mag release outward and allows the magazine to drop freely. There is also a backup button right here. So if this linkage malfunctions, you can still use this to eject the magazine. If we take a look at the AR-10 pattern, SR-25 pattern Magwell, it looks almost exactly the same. The outside dimensions are the same, and so are the hooks. The only difference is the dimension of the Magwell itself. This Magwell is designed to be just large enough to accept almost all commonly used magazines on the market. I also have an AK-74 magazine and an AKM magazine that I plan on developing Magwells for in the future. However, that is not a high priority at this moment. To insert a Magwell, you just place it on top and force it down. All right, now that I've got the Magwell fully seated, the four linkages will be fully functional. For example, the bolt catch linkage can be actuated by pulling it forward and backwards. The magazine release can be pushed in from either side, and it will drop the magazine. I've also included engraved instructions on both sides, so there is no confusion on how to use this. The other two things I want to call out on the lower receiver are, one, the storage pocket in the back, very similar to a Steyr AUG. And here is the pin for the one and only takedown pin of this design. This lower receiver is now fully complete and ready for use.